What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today we're going to be talking about some potentially leaked Infinite Warfare multiplayer score streaks. So here's the deal. Somebody is claiming to be a game tester for Infinity Ward, and obviously you can make as many claims as you want. It doesn't mean they're true. It's really hard to tell what's real and what's not real in this sort of situation. What he had to say did seem plausible. Like, it seems like it's very, very possible, but we can't be 100% sure. So take this with a grain of salt. It could be true, it could not be true, but it's so fun to talk about either way. And he posted this on a gaming forum, which was then copied over to a Reddit post. And I'll link the Reddit post down in the description. I don't know where the original forum is. But basically, what he said is that he was invited to a press conference type get-together at Infinity Ward Studios with a group of other people. And the intention was that they would be seeing campaign and zombies gameplay to get kind of like a preview of it. And then at the end of the presentation, Infinity Ward kind of surprised them and talked about multiplayer. And he said that they weren't able to see any gameplay yet, but they did get some information, particularly on the streaks in the game. So from a ground level, it's going to be score streaks again. And there's no surprise about that. Obviously, kill streaks are a thing of the past. Score is what matters now when you're earning those streaks in Call of Duty. He also says that the streaks are going to be a part of a Pick 13 system. So unlike Black Ops 3, where the streaks are separated from the created class system, it's all going to be integrated. So if you want score streaks, that will take away from points that you have to spend on your attachments and weapons and perks and everything else. And honestly, out of anything, I really hope that this isn't true. I really like when score streaks are separate because it kind of allows you to pick 3 streaks and not worry about saving points for your perks. Otherwise, I feel like when they're integrated, I feel like most people will get rid of their streaks in order to get more perks, and the game just isn't as diverse in that sense. So, hopefully that's not true. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, next up, he did say that Scorestreak strike packages are going to be returning. So this is something we first saw back in Modern Warfare 3, if you guys remember that. Basically, there were 3 different types of strike packages. Assault was the normal streak type where when you died, your progress reset, and the rewards in that strike package were mainly lethal rewards. Like, it was meant to get you more kills because they were harder to get. There was also the support package where when you died, you didn't lose your progress towards that next streak, but most of those streaks were supportive streaks. It didn't really help you get more kills. It was stuff like ballistic vests and UAVs and counter UAVs and that sort of thing. And then finally, there's the specialist package where instead of working your way towards score streaks, you work your way towards earning more perks. So as you're playing, you can get more perks and kind of become this super soldier. So apparently all 3 of these are supposed to be coming back if this ends up being true, as well as there's going to be a 4th strike package that's a mystery strike package. And according to this guy, they didn't get any further information from Infinity Ward on what that would entail. Now, next up, he did say that they did give them a few examples of some of the score streaks you can expect. This is not all of the score streaks in the game, but it's just kind of like a brief overview of some of the stuff that you might be able to see. And I think you guys, if you've played Modern Warfare 3, are really going to recognize a lot of this stuff. To me, it sounds exactly like the streaks in Modern Warfare 3, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. Like, Modern Warfare 3 was a great game. And, it'd be nice to see them kind of going back to their old roots. But apparently, some examples of score streaks in the Assault Strike package are the Spy Sat, which I'm guessing is like the UAV, the Orbital Drop, which I'm guessing is like the care package. There's something called a GED, a Gravitational Explosive Device. And that sounds pretty insane. Some sort of device that explodes gravity. So is it like a black hole bomb? Is it like an anti-gravity bomb? What does that mean? Like, I'm not sure, but I'm not entirely sure what it could be. I was almost thinking maybe this is kind of like the IED. That's kind of close to the GED, and the IED was kind of like this thing that you sat on the ground that was kind of like an advanced claymore in a sense. It shot explosives up that came down and killed you. It was also called the IMS in Ghost, if you guys remember that. But I don't know, just kind of interesting. Gravitational explosive device sounds pretty cool. Next up, he said there was a rocket strike, which I think sounds kind of like a Predator. There's one called an Assault Rover, which is probably like a Cerberus or any sort of like ground-based drone. And then there's also something called ETS, or Enemy Tracking Systems, which is likely like an advanced UAV or a Blackbird or whatever else you want to call it. Next up, he gave some support strike package streak examples. There's the Spy Sat, which again, I think it's UAV, but this one cost more than the assault package one. There's a satellite hack, which I think would be the CUAV. There were ballistic vests, which we've actually seen before in Call of Duty. There's also an ETS. We talked about that before, the enemy tracking systems, but this one costs more than the assault package one. And then finally, there's one called Cyber Attack, which, are you going to be DDoSing your enemies? I'm not sure. It's like probably some sort of EMP or something like that. Maybe. And then finally, last but not least, they did have some examples of what you can expect from the Specialist Strike package. You get perk 1 at, I think it was like 300 points, perk 2 at 500 points, perk 3 at 700 points, and then he said that 1,000 points at 1,000 scores, so on a 10 score streak, you get all of the perks in the game, which to me sounds a little bit overpowered. I don't know. That sounds pretty insane, but I guess it's kind of in line with what we saw in Modern Warfare 3. So, I don't know. This sounds pretty interesting. And like I said, you really have to take this with a grain of salt. There's nothing that, directly says that this is likely real. Like this very much could be real. It very much could be false. We're not really sure. It's kind of the first thing we've seen like this up until this point. So I found it kind of interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. But, don't take this as fact. We're just kind of talking about it. So if this ended up being true, what would you guys think? Leave comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to catch you guys later. Make sure you guys check out these subscribe if you haven't seen yet. And thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know we've got a lot of haters right now, a lot of negativity on the channel, and sometimes it's hard for me to kind of see through that. Sometimes I just wake up and I just want to go back to sleep, honestly. Like sometimes it makes me really, really sad. But I appreciate you guys being here, and it really means a lot to me. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.